Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first live episode ever of RBL Talk. Now, not too sure how people are when it comes to live streaming, so I'm just going to inform everyone pretty much how it works. So, I will not actually be televising the game itself, I'm live streaming it myself. I'm watching it just over here on my other screen. Now, you can chat during the game and you can speak to me on how it's going and people will be able to interact with the live stream as well. So, having a look at the lineups to begin with, we've got Bayern Munich here, starting with Harry Kane. I was a bit surprised that they didn't have Tell. He's on the bench. Kimmich is playing right back as they've got some injuries as well. Eric Dyer, that's going to be different at centre back. I don't believe he's very good for them. And we also have Musiala Muller starts, which is good. I didn't think he was going to start. And we'll have our shortly. So we've got Janis Blaswich as the goalkeeper. As Janis is in, as Peter Galacci is injured, we have a back four with Raum, Orban, Simikin, and Benjamin Henriks. And in the midfield, we will have, once it comes up on my screen, we have Xavier Schlager, Haidara in the central positions, and we have Danny Olmo and Xavi on the outside. And we have a top two of Openda and Benjamin Sesko. So make sure that you comment and get involved with the show as this is live. This won't be in any recordings of the podcast. I may upload it, I'm not too sure, but this will be still staying on the YouTube channel. So we will have a live score as well. So the live score will be shown just here once the game starts, and you can follow along with the game as well. So players are just in the tunnel now. If there's anyone wanting to input anything on the show at the moment, by all means, please comment on your social media where you're watching this. We are currently live streaming this on YouTube, on Twitter or X as it's now known, and also on Facebook. I'll also be writing down some notes for the next episode as well, coming up this week. That should hopefully be released Wednesday or Thursday this week, depending on your local times. Have some comments there. One person is in the Philippines. Welcome from the Philippines. If you don't know of the podcast, check it out on anywhere where you listen to your podcasts. I've been doing RBL Talk now for a couple of years. I was interested to find out what kit we were going to wear today. It looks like that we're wearing a nice blue kit, which is our third kit. I actually thought that would be a normal away kit because to me, I think that looks a little better, bit better than the away kit that we won the Super Cup in. Don't get me wrong, both kits look quite good. But what's your favorite kit? If you want to leave in the comments below, what kit is your favorite of the RB Leipzig kit out of the current three, or even any of the other kits that we've previously had? If there's any problems with my stream or anything like that, don't be afraid to put it down in the comments below and let me know if the audio isn't good or if the video isn't good or anything like that. As you can see, I'm not actually in a studio or anything like that. I'm planning on moving very shortly. So I'm going to be trying to get up a studio set up and make it a lot more nicer for these live streams as well. The lads are just doing the usual handshake at the moment. I'm not too sure how everyone else's streams are. If you're watching on cable TV or anything like that, here in Australia, where I'm from, we only have it on BN Sports, and you have to live stream that. As you used to be able to get it on cable TV here, which in Australia it was Foxtel, is the company, and they lost the rights, I believe, or something like that. So they can't have that on the normal sports channel or sports package through cable TV. So now we have to live stream everything. So the web browser or your phone or anything like that, we're going into a digital age anyway. So there's no surprises that sometimes you have to chop and change when it comes to how you watch your football. And just on a side note, before the game starts, I actually have to watch when I watch Leipzig games. There's three actual providers that I have to use. So we have to use one provider for the Champions League, one provider for the league games, and if we were in the Pokal, it's another provider for that. Um, so I believe that they're doing a moment's silence here. So we'll just participate in that at the moment as well. So now that that moment's silence, I believe, has passed, as their people are clapping. Um, is the game going to be live broadcast? So I'll just put that up now. Actually, no, the this won't be broadcast live, as I don't have the television rights to actually broadcast the game. So how this works is that wherever you are in the world, you watch the game live on your TV or on your apps or anywhere like that, and I'll be doing live commentary on the game and tactics and everything else like that. So I'm sorry, I will not be actually broadcasting the live game itself, as otherwise I'll have a DMCE takedown. Hello from Leipzig. Hello to you as well. Feels strange seeing a live stream with your face on YouTube. Thank you, Bellum. And yes, say hi, some German words for viewers. I don't know a whole lot uh, when it comes to German. My German is broken language, as my great grandmother or Oma has actually passed away. She passed away several years ago, and I used to only speak a little bit of German to her when she was awake. We're in attacking at the moment. The game is just underway. We're 21 seconds in from my stream. Guten Tag, heiße Osten. I don't know if I've butchered that. It's supposed to be hello, my name is Justin. And I'll put the live score up now, as I apologize. I haven't put that one up yet. So, what do your score predictions? Are you nervous? Are you drinking Red Bull? No, I'm not, Bellum. I do have a coffee mug, but I'm not drinking Red Bull at the moment. It's actually 4:01 a.m. here in my local time. That is this being a one-one draw, a one-all draw. Wow, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? The win probability on TV here, or the stream, says 61.4% for Bayern Munich, and us RB Leipzig supporters only 17.7%, which is going to be very interesting. I don't. I give us a lot bigger chance than that, especially how Bayern Munich have been playing lately. They haven't been playing well, as most people are aware. They've lost a few games, Champions League games against Lazio, and they lost against Bochum as well. And I don't think that they have a chance of winning, obviously at home with the home crowd, but behind them, but I don't think that they will. It's going to be a spectacle nonetheless. Willie Orban has been fouled by the looks of things from Harry Kane, who's the official is just having a bit of a chat with him now. I don't think there'll be any booking. Uh, to me, there's really not much in that myself. I expect Bayern to win the Bundesliga now. Leipzig recent results being, as you tweeted, have been an improvement. Thank you very much for that, Bella. I agree. Um, I think we will be. I think we still get top four. It's going to be very interesting how we go about this. If we lose today's game, it's going to be a lot more difficult as Dortmund is going to be up there. We've also Stuttgart as well. I do believe has actually. I think they've got a 1-1 draw. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't been able to see any of the scores or anything like that. I finished work a few hours ago now, about 8 hours ago. Finished a 12-hour shift, and then I just came home and basically had a nap. Got up just an hour ago, refreshed, got ready for this. Stuttgart tied today, so any type of result such as a draw is ideal for Leipzig. Yeah, for me, it's you take away a point, and that was from Bellum there. You always take away a point in games like this, and you've got to win, around where you are. So if your ambitions are top four, you've got to obviously win against the teams that are below you, and if you're in front of the teams as well, you've got to at least take a point, especially coming from being in the Allianz Arena in Munich. It's going to definitely be a lot better for us if we do take a more than a point. We've got the ball on the moment on the wing. Xavi's got the ball, so that's always going to be something brilliant. Uh, he's dispossessed though in the box by a wonderful tackle from the Bayern Munich player, and they have a counter attack. If anyone wants to get involved as well with the chat, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. The podcast is on. Oh, Harry Kane almost scored for Bayern. Janis Blaswich. It's good to get him actually a save early on, as he hasn't been. Obviously, he's had the training. He's just got no match time. So, as Peter Galacci is out with a muscular injury, for those that don't know. Um, what a save! Yes, and that's from Philip. Yes, that was an absolute save. Otherwise, it would have been 1-0 early, and we don't want that. As if we go behind, especially early in the first 10 minutes, it's not going to be good for us at the moment. And when you 1-0 down against Bayern or any of the top teams, it's very hard to get back. Excuse me. So if anyone is watching, drop down where you're from, or comments, and if you listen to the podcast as well, it'd be interesting to know where you're from. This is the first ever live stream of the RBL Talk podcast. These are just live watch alongs. They may not be being on the channels to listen to or to watch. I may upload them at a later date, but I'm not too sure about that at the moment. I do eventually want to do video podcasts as well, and that's going to be more so for the interviews. I'm hoping to be able to get some people lined up in the next coming months, and obviously more as the channel grows and the podcast grows, the guests grow with them as well. RBL Talk admin say no way. Sorry, I lost that comment there. Yeah, yes, this was to what happened the other day when we watched the game against Real Madrid. Uh, I was quite appalled actually in that game, the officiating. We have an attacking play at the moment for Bayern Munich, just passing around the back. We're dropping in the lines, keeping our shape, which is very good to see, especially early on. Yeah, that officiating in that Real Madrid game was absolutely horrendous. I was actually on podcast from Let's Be Real. They were doing a recap or a preview, I should say, sorry, of their game, and I joined that on that episode. So, quick shout out to Let's Be Real. I'm not too sure if you guys are watching, what time it is over there, and if Real Madrid are playing or not at the moment. My stream is delayed. Dang it. Uh, oh, that's unfortunate. My stream is 7 minutes and now 19 seconds. I'm not too sure where most people are. Philip says we're very sportiac at the back right now, and yes, that's true. Quite good. We do have an attacking play at the moment. David Raum did the overlap, which will be attacking down that left hand side, I would say, for most of the game. Just having the replay here of that save, it looked on replay, it's a lot better than it did actually in live. I didn't actually think he got much of a touch on it, to be honest. And he definitely got a good glove to that. If he didn't get a glove to that, that would have definitely been 1-0 for Bayern Munich. Out of curiosity, where do you think we will be finishing this season? To everyone that's watching, I'm predicting still a top four finish for Leipzig. It wouldn't be bad if we turned around and didn't get top four, as long as we play European football in the Europa League. The Conference League, I don't think is good. We do have a counter-attacking play here, pass and for a Pender to run onto, but he just wasn't quick enough. I do think that we're going to uh, Fallen Hero, hailing from the New York. Oh wow, good to know that we've got some listeners over in America. We've got about 12 countries or so that listen to the podcast that I'm aware of. Um, there's all over Europe, not all over, so to speak, but we've got some in Europe, some in North America. I think the only one maybe is not South America. I haven't looked at the statistics for a little bit. I'm not really big on statistics for myself. We've got Bayern Munich holding up the ball here in their attacking third. We need to track back a little bit. Is that a foul? No, that's good. Oh no, that's okay. It's going to us for offside. Podcast listener from London. Thank you for that. And that's Ballum. I know he's been listening for a little while now. He's one of the, would almost say, OG listeners, and has been on RBL Talk segments a couple of times. So it's good to know that the OG listeners are tuning in as well. I think from Ballum, from what he said, from top five Champions League could happen because the top five places rule. We shall see. Stuttgart are getting results. That's correct. We're also still in the Champions League as well. We've got a 1-0 deficit when we go to the Santiago Bernabeu, just coming up in a week or so's time. And we will have the chance to be able to beat Real Madrid over there. It's going to be a lot harder. It would have been nicer to get a draw at home. But that being said, with this squad on our day, we can beat anybody. So if we go over there, we show up. We've got a couple of young players and whatnot, so they might be a little bit nervous to begin with. But if we can, get in first 20 minutes or so and not be so cagey, I think we'll have a good chance of, especially if we score first, we'll have a good chance of getting through the round of 16 stages. So the balance of play at the moment hasn't been too bad. It's a bit cagey as you'd expect, first 11 minutes or so. Um, Giving too much ball to Bayern at the moment, for my liking, and we're just relying too much on the counter attack. The press is working well. We've just retrieved the ball, and Openda is breaking down on the right side wing. He's going to hold up the ball now, which is good because he's waiting for some more players and support. And he's just pass that all the way back to right back for Simikin. Speaking about Simakan actually. I read an article the other day, which I'm not too sure if I've put it on the RBL Talk website. You can go there, rbltalk.com. Under the news section, I put articles in there, not written by me. They are all from reliable sources like Bulleye News, Get German News Football, um, all other places as well. And you can go down there and read those articles. Simakan wants to either leave or be played more as a centre back, which is fine. I think he's not. I've said multiple times that he's not that good as a right back. He needs to learn to cross the ball a bit better. And now I don't know if he's going to leave. Will obviously be kept until the end of season, but I do like Simakan. He's a great player, especially as a centre back, and he gives us that extra coverage as well over the right hand side. Timestamp from this is from Ajax on YouTube. My timestamp is 12:42 at the moment that I'm watching the game live on my live stream here. So I'm not too sure what your timestamp is. If you are watching, your AJ from X. Oh, I just saw that Ajax. Ah, nice. So yeah, the if you're watching it on cable TV wherever you are, if you're in the UK, I think that's like ESPN, or America, it's ESPN. Here in Australia, it's beIN Sports, um, and a couple other countries would be local. And if you're listening to the English commentary, which tonight is from the Phil Bonney, and he's a good commentator, so it's going to be a bit unfortunate that I can't listen to his commentary at the moment due to streaming, and just in case it does uh, have a bit of a sound problem and I start streaming the sound and commentary of the game, as that's also due to broadcast rights. I'd get, unfortunately, in a bit of trouble for that. Um, so AJ is 15 seconds ahead. Awesome. Don't spoil it. But you're from India. Wow. That's fantastic. Southeast Asia. Um, It's not too bad. Derek Ray is a little well known on Twitter with Bundesliga knowledge. This is from Bellum. That is correct. Derek Ray is one of my favorite commentators. He has commentated a long time. Um, he's like, I'm not too sure. I can't really put it on a different level because all I know is football in Australia, or cricket. Now, some people would know cricket. So Richie Benode was a good cricket commentator and is obviously Australian, where I come from. Derek Ray to me is like the voice of football almost. How Richie Benode was the voice of cricket. In AFL Aussie Rules football, for those that are interested, it would be Dennis Committee, but he's no longer a commentator anymore. You have some exotic listeners. Thank you for that, Bellum. Yes, we do have some listeners from a few countries, as mentioned before. So I'm trying to get the podcast to be the biggest and best English podcast around the world. Live watch alongs will be coming when I'm not working. So, especially for these big games, I want to do my best to do some live watch alongs. And I'm happy to go on other people's podcasts as well. My football is, I do this for the love of it. I'm not doing it for any profit. People can go to Patreon if they want to get an ad-free RSS feed or anything like that. It's more so the Patreon setup just to cover the overheads of the show. If you want to give any amount, I'd be much appreciated. We've got a good defense here. Everyone's not parking the bus, so to speak, but we are putting a lot of players back there and not giving them a good shot on goal, which is good because that's what you want for your defense. You want to make sure that your defense blocks the shots first and then works your keeper. And obviously, if you overwork your keeper, he's going to let in, it doesn't matter who you are, a goal here or there. Give a wave to viewers. So hope that was okay. Or other side, either or. That was as a courtesy of Bellum. So you're welcome there. I've going back into a little bit of my background of football. I've loved the tactics, and I've um, been criticised from some people as statistics or a stats man or something like that. But I do love my stats as well. Um, AJ, don't talk about cricket. I don't want to remember the World Cup final. Yes, I'm not a big cricket fan myself. I don't want to go into that. We're here to talk about football, so um, that's why not, that analogy was very short, sharp, and shiny, so to speak. Um, going back to off to what I was saying before. Uh, yes, I'm trying to get this podcast around the world. Happy to go on anyone's show. I've always loved football. I've just loved the tactics of play. I've loved formations and how they work. Um, I've got a friend of mine as well that I work with. He does a football clinic, and he does it in only here in Australia. And I'm pretty sure he likes his tactics and stuff like that. So I could talk for hours on end on how you would stop and alternate certain tactics for certain styles of play and how to come back at if someone's on a flat back four or something, you overload the midfield and just things like that. So, how do you think the game has been so far? Everyone who's listening, for the first 18 minutes of play, hasn't been too bad for me. And bit of a cagey opening, not too bad. I think where we need to improve is stop getting Bayern the ball too much. They're getting a little bit too much time on the ball for me. Uh, I think we need to hold up play a little bit as well. That would be good. Bellum says, nice setup with camera and microphone. Microphone works well. Thank you. You don't need to have absolute great equipment for anyone that wants to create a podcast. You do have to invest. One of the best things you need to invest in is your microphone. That is the absolute pinnacle. I did want to upgrade to a different microphone. I wanted to upgrade to a boom microphone, so it would be coming across the side here. So the microphone would be about here somewhere, or maybe even off camera, and that way you wouldn't have to see the microphone up the front. But for now, I've just got a desk microphone, which does the job well. If you've got your soundboard settings and everything pretty well, you make sure that everything sounds crisp. The main thing that I would say to people is you want to make sure that your gain. Oh, we went down in the box there. Wave play on. Didn't actually see that. That was just a quick glimpse over it to the feed. There we go. It was Lewis Openda. Kimmich brings him down a little bit. It's I don't like. That's probably. I try to find some negatives on players, but it's a credit to criticize. It's nothing bad as per se. Like no one's perfect in football. No one's perfect in anything that they do. Good shot off target though from Xavi. Good to see him getting his foot on the ball early, getting some shots away. Good to see. Keep Manuel Neuer and the Bayern defense guessing. As I was saying, I just like to criticize plays because obviously I'm going to give them praise, and I'm also going to criticize them as well. And when for me, Lewis Openda, he goes down a little bit too much in the box, but that's just me. And it's not the fact that he gets bring down a lot in those positions; it's the fact I think he goes down a little bit too easy. And if he didn't go down so easy, I think he'd be awarded a lot more penalties. But that's each to their own. I'm not a professional footballer. This is just from what I visually see when I'm watching these games. Bellum says that we started okay, 20 minutes away at Bayern. That's pretty good. I would take that. If you told me that we were 20 minutes in, still 0-0, I'd take that. Especially because I think Bayern are hungry. They're going to want to win this game, and obviously, from a Leipzig supporter's point of view, I don't want them to win. If we can take a draw, if it was a 0-0 draw, sometimes these happen in football. As long as there's a lot of events, that's the main thing. Um, yeah, I agree with Fallen Hero here. Bayern have too much on the ball for their liking as well. Uh, yes, they've got too much the ball. They've got the ball again now down the left-hand side here, or our right-hand side. Musiala's got two players on him and gets the ball out, so that's good to see. We don't want to give him too much time on the ball, otherwise we will be paying for it, unfortunately. Going through some more comments, Fallen Hero also says that we need Simmons to turn into Neuer's nightmare player in order to win. Yes, that would be great. Wouldn't you love to see him get a hat trick? Xavi Simmons, funny enough, I was looking at some of the stats the other day. He hasn't actually scored a hat trick, and I don't believe he's actually scored 2 goals in a game. I think he's got a goal and assist, but he's not actually scored two in a game. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong there. But I 'cause I only gave it a quick flick through. Uh, Going through some more comments. Uh, Messi and CR7 are a world of their own. No one is perfect. That's right. They're legends of the game. They'll go down in legends like, for a long time. Those scores are just and records are going to be not eclipsed for a while. I don't think. Um, Going through some more comments. I think Bayern and Leipzig have too much for this to not be goalless. That's from Bellum, and yeah, I agree. Both sides are too attacking to have this as a nil-nil draw. It would be great work from the keepers, from both keepers. You got to give credit where credit's due to the opposition as well. Um, there's you can't just turn around and say, "Oh no, you know, Manuel Neuer is a bad keeper." Well, he's not. He's been world class for years. Um, Personally, I think Peter Galacci's better, but hey, I'm obviously biased, aren't I? So, 23 minutes in, we've just gotten the ball back. I believe that's Danny Olmo. And unfortunately, we've lost possession again. I think we need to keep some possession a bit more. Um, we've got a counter attack here. Pender's running through. Oh, he's gone down again. I don't know. I want to get your thoughts on this, everyone who's watching. Whenever I see Lewis Openda run on the ball, it's a spectacle. But I always feel he's so quick and so lightning that he's just gonna like do himself a mischief and hurt his hamstring or something. Like I just see him go, wow, you can go that quick. I feel like it's just one day it's just gonna pop. And I don't want to see that. You don't want to see your best players injured or any player get injury, especially of that caliber. But I'm always worried when I see him on the ball. It's like, oh, just hope he doesn't hurt himself or anything like that. Personally, for me, Openda has been the best signing this year for us. To have such an impact, straight out of the gate has been fantastic. Going through some more comments. What do we have here? Uh, Danny Olmo played goal in Super Cup. Did you see Fabio? Fabio Rizzuto tweeted about Xavi looks to be staying at PSG next season. Yes, I did see that tweet actually. Excuse me. Hold on. We've got the ball back. That's okay. We just had Bayern have a bit of an attacking play there. So yes, going on to this, I did see that he was going to. We've got it in someone on the sideline. I don't know. I hope that's not Olmo down there with the holding his shoulder. It is Olmo. He seems to be getting up and walking. That's good. Sorry about that, Bellum. Going back to what you said, I did see that post from Fabrizio Romano, and I do believe he is going back to PSG next season. I don't think that Xavi will be coming back to us, unfortunately. It is only a 12-month loan. It's not a 18-month loan. And also, I think if he does come back, it's only going to be further developing him for one more year, as Mbappe is supposed to be going to, I think everyone's saying Real Madrid, but he could go absolutely anywhere as he's going to be a free agent. So he could go anywhere in the world. But I think everyone just knows he wants to go to Real Madrid. So I really hope that because I think what's going to happen is that Xavi is going to go back to PSG. They're going to build the team around him, and I think they're going to need his creative influences. Um, but for us, looking at it in our point of view and perspective, I would actually like to see Xavi stay with us. And if he does get loaned out, say next season to us to further development his career, I'd like to see him go with an option to buy. That would be fantastic for us. So thank you for that comment, Bellum. Fallen Hero said Mbappe is encroaching on CR7. Yeah, like Mbappe and Haaland have the opportunity to be the next like Messi and Ronaldo, but it's obviously generational talent by generation. So it just really the sky's the limit for those guys. I mean, we've got a break in play here. A lot of yelling and screaming while I look at things and arms moving around. That's not what you'd like to see. I think we have a free kick in the defense. What do we have here? It's cool to see a Leipzig fan channel. I don't know if you're being serious or not. The amount of times that we get given stick around the world. Um, so thank you for that, Alexander Reports Football. Yeah, I'm. People say fan, I say supporter, because right now it's 4:28 a.m. in the morning, Sunday morning, my local time. I watch these games as much as I possibly can if I'm not working. So good clearance there from David Rao. So I'll sit there and I'll watch these games, and this is a way for people around the world to see us, get the brand exposure out, get the podcast brand exposure out, just talk football as well. We've got some people that have come on the show during the RBL Talk segment that aren't supporters. For instance, interviewed Travis a couple months ago from VfB Stuttgart Americana. That was fantastic to have him on the show. I'm always happy to have someone on the show, especially when we play them. It's good to get their thoughts up. We've just had a player down. That's not a foul by any chance. Benny Henriks is down. Hopefully he hasn't done himself a mischief. He's holding his thigh. He did turn a little bit. Oh, no, it wasn't a turn. It was a nice, beautiful back heel. So I think there's be a bit of a break and play there. No, I think he'll be all right. Get a little bit of treatment. And it was beautiful. I didn't see that. That was looked like a nutmeg from a panda. What do we got here? Some more comments. So this is from 50 Plus Donor. Nice for you to join in. He's a Twitch user. Got his own channel as well. Go check that out. Is there anyone you're expecting to lose this season? By that, obviously Chavi. He's only a loanee. So who would we lose? There's a couple of players. Most of them might be leaving. That's just the reports. I have to go through our playing 11 and playing list just momentarily to have a look. I think Openda and Sesko, there's been reports on them possibly leaving. I don't want them to leave, obviously, because they're such a great young talent. And the only thing I would criticize about our club of RB Leipzig, that is, as I know that you're not a Leipzig supporter, is that we fail to hold on to our players for a long period of time. We're a development club, which means by that we develop a lot of great players, and we give them a stepping stone to go forward. So it'll be one of those two. I expect to lose, but it's not a guarantee. I believe Benjamin Sesko has a contract clause as well. So yeah, I'm hoping we can keep these guys for a long term. But I think out of Openda and Sesko, if one was to go, it would be Benjamin Sesko, as I believe RB Leipzig would want to keep a hold of Openda more so than Benjamin Sesko. That being said, time will tell. I just know he's got a release clause in his contract, and the way those work is that the player still needs to accept, but they can bypass the club talks. So if it's a 30 million euro contract, a release clause, they pay that, and the club can't say they want more money. It's just how it is. What do we got here? Philip, Bayern fouling more than JLFC. That's a good one there. We've got an attacking play here. It's gone out. So 31 minutes and 30 seconds in is what my stream is at the moment. Uh, not doing too bad. Would like to get a goal. We've got the balance of play so far in our attacking third with Benny Henriks being able to throw the ball. I'd like to see us maybe switch the play a little bit more as well. We seem to be only going down one side of the play. Sorry, of the pitch. As Bellum, thank you for telling how a release clause works. No, you're welcome. So someone can correct me if I'm wrong, as it's all a little different. But around the world, it's normally the same. It can be sometimes different in different leagues. But with release clauses, yeah, they basically bypass the team who owns them to be able to pay. So, for instance, if that's how Xavi brought back PSG brought Xavi back from PSV. It was like something ridiculous. I think it was like €5 million or something like that. I was like, that's just insane. Like that's he's worth way more than that, especially now this season at us. His that PSV season really helped him get on the map. He was good at Barcelona a little bit as well, but I even think it was pretty silly of Barca to actually get rid of him because he came from the La Masia training academy as well. They've had some great players over the years. I believe Danny Olmo is also from La Masia. Oh, come on, Blaswich. Beautiful save. Beautiful. Oh, should have been a clearance there. So there will be a few more comments now that we don't have the balance of play at the moment. Bayern are just passing the ball a little bit. Will you still be here at halftime? I'll take a few minute break as some do during halftime. So I'll try to do as much as I can. Through halftime, we'll try and do a bit of a Q&A or something like that. What I'm going to try to do though is, like if I need to take a moment's break or something, I'll stop my camera feed and I'll just put in the comments that I'll be right back, and I'll be no more than maybe 3 minutes or so. Other than that, no, we'll probably try to do a bit of Q&A or something like that throughout. Like to keep the stream going, keep it interactive, as that's what I want to try to get these streams to do. So hopefully that answers your question there, Bellum. We look more threatening right now. That is from Philip. Yes, we do. But I've noticed that way we are this season, the first 15 minutes or so is normally a little bit cagey. We don't seem overly attacking or overly great. It gives the players time to get a feel for the motion of the game. If it's going to be fast paced or if it's going to be stop start or anything like that. So it's good to see. We're definitely more attacking now. If we really push hard in these last 10 minutes or so, go 1-0 up, that would be fantastic. It's just a foul here on the left-hand side now. There seems to be a bit of a collision with Kimmich and Openda. Quite surprised to see Kimmich on the ground, to be honest. He's supposed to be known as a bit of a tough player. There's about a lot live replay now. No, nothing in it. That's just a reset and play. Basically, a bit of a foul there. Give the ball back to Bayern, unfortunately, and then they'll just reset and regroup, which will unfortunately stop us with our attacking. It looked like Openda possibly got a cheap shot in the nether regions, unfortunately. Don't know if I can say that on live streams. Hopefully I can. Otherwise, we'll find out. And so, yes. Also, if people want to get involved in live streams, this has been the first one. Happy to do some watch-alongs with other people as well. If they've got a camera feed or anything like that, they can get involved with the show as well. So I'm quite happy to do that. John is so class. Jan is so class. Yeah. Janis Blaswich, he is. That was from Philip. Whoops, apologise for that, Philip. He is very class. Is one of our best signings of last year to turn around and relieve Peter Galacci, who has been world class for some time. And it was an absolute steal to get him quite cheaply, Janis Blaswich, that was. And he was a great acquisition for us, and he really helped us, especially go back to back in our DFB Pockle. What do we got? Who do you support in Australian football, AJ? So Australian football. I don't know if you mean AFL football or if you mean in soccer. So in soccer football, I don't actually support anyone. The two teams that I support in soccer football is Leipzig is number one. Apologies. There it is. And the second one is the German national team. Sometimes I watch the Australian national team as I was born here in Australia. All other parents and stuff of mine are all from Germany. So I also support Die Mannschaft or Mannschaft. Apologize if I've butchered that. Probably do need to work a little bit on some of my German pronunciation. And yes, so in the World Cups, I follow Australia and Germany, and only Leipzig. And in the Australian football, not AFL football, um, West Coast Eagles is an AFL team. They're from Perth. I'm not from Perth, Western Australia. I'm from Adelaide in South Australia. Um, but I'll only watch those games if they're on TV. I'm not really big into it. I do go down to a local SANFL, which is state football AFL team. That's Woodville, West Torrens. It's where I grew up, around Woodville in South Australia. They're also known as the Eagles, and I have a high membership with them. I've got 2 season tickets, go to all home and away games, grandstand seats, voting rights, which is the only difference between Leipzig, other Bundesliga clubs, and the SANFL. SANFL teams, you get the voting rights, and in AFL, the corporation is owned. The body of Australian rules football owns them, so bit of a challenge there on Schlager. Sorry, Schlager has challenged the Bayern player there and missed the ball, and no booking there. Uh, AJ says, "So where did you grow up?" Yeah, South Australia is where I grew up, which is where I'm currently at now. Um, so there's no place like home, so that's why I support Woodville. What else we have? Is state football, soccer, or Australian football? Um, yes. So with that, Bellum, that's a little bit different. So state football, soccer, or Australian football. Yeah, so there's A League, which is Australian soccer. I call football football, and that's why I say Aussie rules football for AFL or Australian football. Um, I don't support any soccer teams bar um, RB Leipzig and Die Mineshaft and the Australian national team. But with the Australian national team, it's just more so watching their games. I wouldn't say I'm a supporter. I'd say I'm more of a fan, so to speak. I take my German heritage pretty seriously. Nice pass there from Simikin. Just didn't really go off. Bit too much curve on that one. Yeah, so for me, it's um, pretty much Leipzig or nothing almost. So um, when it comes to soccer football, and then when it's Aussie rules football, just Woodville West Torrens, which is a local Australian football team, Australian rules football, different code. Willie Orban there gets a yellow card for his troubles. Got Harry Kane, none of the ball. Yes, was it yellow card? What do you think? Um, I could say, yeah, give it a yellow. Personally, I wouldn't have given him the booking. It's a little bit late, but being 40 minutes in, yeah, you should have the time by now to not be making challenges and mistiming them. So the referee there's or the official was in his right mind to turn around and give him a booking. What do we got here? Um, Not much play here. Janice, oh, good watching. Overhead bicycle kick there from Harry Kane. It did not have any power in it. and it went straight down the throat of Jas Plaswich, who goes safely into his gloves after taking a bobble just a metre or two out in front of him. Harry Payne once diving again. um, yeah, I'd love to agree with you, Philip, but it did look like Willie Orban pretty much got him and only him. So no diving in this case, which is one of those things. That's offside, surely, um, from Leroy Sane. Wow. Okay. No. All right. Fair enough. That looked like he was offside then. Um, that's interesting. Now we've got the ball back, just on the wing, coming down the right hand side here with Benny Henriks, which I like to see that a bit more often actually, because sometimes we look a little bit one dimensional just through the left hand side. Um, Always going through David Raum. He's such a great passer of the ball. You got to give him credit. But when a lot of teams, they will probably try to set up for that tactically, try to shift the team to the left hand side, really put a stranglehold on that side of the pitch, make it hard for us to pass through or cross the ball. And then you really want to make sure that we start attacking from the right hand side because Benny Henriks is still a good passer of the ball as well in his own right. Here we go. Some more comments. What do we got here? Almost half time. Leipzig need a second half Red Bull drink boost, and the second half team play the same. Say they are fine. I'm in England. Then we've got here a couple more. We've got just trying to have a look through the comments here, just refreshing the feed while we've got a replay here on my screen of which looked like a knock on where I thought that Sane was offside. This one's from Philip. What do you think of Lekeba or Orban? Both of them fantastic centre back defenders. Lekeba is still quite young. I want to see him play some more, actually. But definitely, Willie Orban is our best centre back for sure. He's one of the reasons why he's a leader there. I felt that when we didn't have him on the pitch, when he was out injured, we were really lacking. And it wasn't just lacking his leadership and quality as a centre back. It was his also ability to get everyone in the right positions, and he really controls that back four, making sure that people track back and fill the holes when we do have our fullbacks overlap on the wings. So yeah, nothing but praise for him. I can't rate Lekeba too much. He's great talent, but I want to see more of him. He's definitely one to keep a hold of for sure. Another one from Ballum here. Not a bad looking play from Bayern Munich. Thomas Muller, a bit happy about it. I don't know why. I'm not. Do you think some statistics are genuine to happen to be true, such as Leipzig are better team with Xavi? I agree, but there are some things where some statistics mean almost nothing. So, for instance, Xavi doesn't always get the goals and assists out, ratio that you would say would be what you'd expect of his quality. I'll go into that a little bit more shortly, Bellum, just after this corner here. So Harry Kane's got the ball. No, it's now Kimmich. My apologies. Thought it was a bit weird to have Kane on a corner. If we can, hopefully we can clear this. And it goes out for another corner by the looks of things for Kimmich. I think they're going to do this one short by the looks of it. Still 0-0. Yep, this one was short. So yeah, Xavi, I think, has the ball now, actually, streaming through the center of the park. Hopefully he can hold up the play. Ram can't get a hold of that, and that counter-attacking play has unfortunately ended. So yeah, he doesn't get the goal and assists, Bellum, as much as you would think of his caliber, but he draws a lot of opposition defenders and players. So sometimes it's not always about the stats, what someone does statistically. It can be what they do on the pitch as well. So whenever he gets the ball, he makes runs through the middle, makes through the defense. He takes other players off their actual man marking as well. So when he takes them off other players, he can turn around and make some space as well, just from that alone. So sometimes statistics aren't always everything. What do we got here? Um, Hoffenheim now 51 membership rule, which stopped their hate, it seems. That one there is from Ballum. Yeah, look, we're Leipzig. We're always going to be hated. It's just how it is. um, you know, to make a bold statement, probably the most hated club in Germany, and that's okay. Um, I'm always going to support Leipzig. Some people say that, oh, I just support them because of they're an energy drink or anything like that. No, no. I've got an article on my website where I support RB Leipzig, and the main reason why is family. So coming from East Saxony, so East Germany in Saxony. So now half time, everyone. Like to see what everyone have of your thoughts on the half. What is everyone's thoughts on the half? Hmm, what do we got here? So far from Ballum, thoughts on the half? So far, not bad for Leipzig. I think Leipzig are capable of a goal or two in second half, and they are allowed 5 changes. A waypoint for Bayern is not bad. I agree. Who would you bring on? Bellum. Excuse me. My apologies. Excuse me. Anyone, if you want to take a break, by all means, please take a break. The live stream will be continuing, uh, and we will be going back into more commentary when the game comes back in 12 minutes and 44 seconds from what it says here. Thank you so much for watching so far, and I hope to look forward to your company again in the second half. I'm going to momentarily go away. In just a couple of moments, I'll be back. Sorry about that, everyone. How is everything at the moment? So we had a power outage here, funny enough. And good time to have it than any while we're in the halftime break. So please let me know if the video stream or anything like that or sound is needs to be fixed or anything. We should be okay, good to go. Everything looks back up and running. The stream looks fine back on X. The stream looks fine back on YouTube and Facebook. Just got to get the live stream up now for the football, as we can't do a live watch along if we can't actually watch the football, can we? So let's just get this going. There we go. Got the football feedback up now. That's fantastic. Continue from live. Hope Leipzig wins. Thank you. We hope they win as well. That's AJ. So thank you for that. Let's have a look here. Unfortunately, the stream doesn't want to come up. That's all right. We've got a few moments spare. Football starts in the second half in just 4 minutes and 47 seconds. So running diagnostics is going to be quick. Out of curiosity, did anyone lose a connection or anything like that during the stream when I had my power outage? It came back online about 3 minutes ago or so. Let me know in the comments if you experienced any outage or anything with the stream. Might have to check on some of the social media just to make sure that the stream is working. Does seem to be working at the moment. There we go. Football's back up and running. That's beautiful. That would mean that the stream is also up and running. That's also brilliant. So going through some of the score lines over the weekend, Union Berlin and Hoffenheim 2-2, Gladbach Bochum 5-2. That's a Gladbach win. Another draw from Bremen against Darmstadt 1-1. Stuttgart Cologne 1-1 as well. And Leverkusen beat Mainz 2-1. AJ said bye. I would come back for next stream. I have to sleep because my exams are coming near. You're more than welcome, AJ. Hope you enjoyed the stream so far, and hope to see you next time in another stream. Almost ready to play. I think we need to make some changes, possibly in the 60th minute or so, if we can't get any goals Who would you change if you would put some players on the pitch, and who would come off as well? I'd like your thoughts in the comments. Yeah, so I found out that apparently you can't put any comments on X when you are doing the live streams. So um, that's different. You can watch it on X and you can comment on X as well. However, I can't comment on X, so I can put in some comments during live streams. As anyone that's not aware, I actually had a power outage. I'm in the middle of summer here down in Australia, where I'm from, and sometimes that we have some power outages. Unfortunately, sometimes our electricity is not so reliable. That's not just in the area that I'm living at. That's just in general. A couple of years ago, we actually had full power outages for several hours, and I had to miss out on one of the games live as well because of power outage. Which, yeah, that's not great. But enough of that. Second half is almost about to start. Who would you like to come on? My changes are going to be in the middle of the park, and I'm actually going to be changing some of the midfield personnel in the central midfield area. So, how we currently have lined up, we have Schlager and Haidara in there. Um, I actually want to. They're both pretty similar players when it comes to their game styles. They're both very defensive minded. They can attack a little bit up the pitch, but they're more known as their defensive capabilities. So for me, I'm going to be changing them with either Nicholas Seiwald or Baumgartner. Seiwald can also play in a defensive role, and I think he's starting to get his momentum back as well, being able to get the play of the Bundesliga, as he's got some talent. I actually thought he would start, to be honest, because it's odd that we have sort of two more central defensive midfielders in midfield. I thought that was quite odd. I would have started Baumgartner in there instead, but that's different. So the second half has now started on my stream, at least anyway. So I am now 10 minutes in as of just completing that sentence. Well, now 15 seconds. Gone down that right hand side attacking, which is great. I want to see a bit more of that instead of just relying heavily on the left hand side with David Raum, who didn't see much of him in that later stages in that first half. He could probably do with getting a bit more on the ball as well. Schlager has the ball and he's fouled, and it's out of play anyway from Bayern. Interesting to see Thomas Tuchel sitting on what looks to be a toolbox. Quite interestingly enough, he's doing what Marcelo Bielsa used to do when he was coaching. He was quite famous for sitting on certain things. Here we go, attacking play. Xavi brought down. Yes, that's definitely. I mean, I would be booking Goretzka, to be honest. I mean, I know it's only the first minute in the second half, but I'd certainly be giving him a booking just to even things up. As you want to see it. I think my socials are going off a little bit here. It's quite interesting. Unfortunately, no. Need a bit more. Wait for players to come back. Needs to be Schlager good. All right, Xavi, Schlager. Yeah, that was the wrong pass. Put your player straight under pressure. Then that was Benjamin Sesko who lost the ball. Couldn't help that. Oh, great interception. Fantastic. Welcome back to everyone as well as you're coming in back from the halftime there. So Fallen Hero commented back, we got to get out of our way. A bit more pressure on the ball. Harry Kane goes down quite easily there. Nothing in that. Nothing at all. Switch of play now to Leroy Sané on the outside. Yeah, there's way too much space there for Bayern play to walk straight into. Just going to grab a drink of water here. Not too much balance of play at the moment. We're just passing the ball back around in our defensive area. Bayern are standing off us a little bit. And Schlager's been all right. We had a couple of bad games and, excuse me, a bit of attacking play here. Cross inside. Raum's got it, cut it back. And it goes out for a corner. Let's see what David Raum can do here for a corner. So we need to get Sesko up there. Willie Orban hasn't had a header in a while. It'd be good to see him come up. So David Raum's got the ball. Xavi was nearby. This might go short to Xavi, to be honest, by the looks of this. And it might be Xavi whipping it in instead of a David Raum direct corner. But we'll see. All right, David Raum direct corner. Players go up. No one got it. It's headed off. Our players bouncing around a little bit now. Now it's gone out onto the right-hand wing. And we've regained possession through Benny Henrichs, he's been great down that right-hand side today. Benny Henrichs corner. Sorry, cross, I should say. To nobody. David Raum picks it up with his lovely cross just over the head of, I believe that was Benjamin Sesko. Looks like he was pushed. No, it wasn't Sesko. My apologies. It was Danny Olmo. Balance of play hasn't been too bad. First 10 minutes in. You don't want Bayern to be doing this, though. Streaming, running at you. Got to get back a bit more. Schlager looks lost back there. That was a good clearance. Play on. Take it on Openda. Beautiful play. Beautiful interplay between Openda there and Sesko. That was fantastic. That's one of the reasons why I want to see them start more. To me, that's our best combination. Attacking up front is quite easily Openda and Sesko. If you would like to get involved in the live stream, make sure that you comment down below. Comments will also be featured and interacted with during the live stream. I don't mind this little bit of reset and play every now and then when we're passing the ball behind. But sometimes I feel that we don't open up enough play and that was a beautiful pass from Schlager to Benny Henrichs there. Didn't come to anything though. So we're back down the left-hand side now. Xavi's got the ball. Darting inside. Goes onto his right. Goes inside more. Passes back. What a rocketing shot. That looked like it was Haidara. And then it parried from Neuer to Openda. And he was unable to get any conviction on his shot. So we've got David Raum and Xavi down here at the corner. Looks like Raum is not going to take it. It's going to be Xavi. Oh, that was fantastic pass from Xavi, right onto the boot of Simikin, who just couldn't get it on target. Went over everyone, first time volley, just missing across the left-hand side of goal. Neuer would have been in a lot of trouble there if that had been on target, and it would have been 1-0. Keep up the pressure, lads. Keep up the pressure. Make sure that it's harder for them to get past that half of the way of the pitch. Obviously, giving a foul is not fantastically ideal, but it goes our favour anyway, as Haidara is fouled in the middle of the pitch. Hopefully, Harry Kane gets a booking here. He's just having a spoken to by the official. Musiala not watching where his hands are going. So that was the foul was on him, not for Harry Kane. We're now passing the ball around again. We're streaming with the ball into our attacking third. Beautiful play. Cut back from Xavi. Sorry, cut back to Xavi. And he drills it straight at Manuel Neuer. So not too much conviction on that shot. Just had to go either which way of the goalkeeper, and it went straight to him. That's okay because we're getting a lot of chances now. So if we keep getting these chances, we will convert. Bit of a heavy touch there from the Bayern defender, although allegedly Xavi fouls him, which both myself and Marco Rosa doesn't believe that he's been fouled. But we'll go with that. Fallen Hero said, we're starting to put Neuer back in his prime. Yeah, a little bit. And unfortunately, we've just conceded a goal. Unfortunately, I'll get back to you in a second after we update these scores. So, didn't get to see that. I'll be looking at the replay just momentarily. Harry Kane has scored a goal by the looks of things. And didn't track back very well. Just here on the replay. And it stood off Musiala, who passed to Kane. Actually, it might look like a Schlager. Got the challenge in there and just went through, unfortunately. Sometimes it happens. Bit unfortunate to go down already, 1-0. But it is unfortunately the way things are going. And I'd be making some changes in the next 4 minutes if it was me. I definitely don't want to be having too much time at the moment. So now we're just going to be playing with the ball in the defense, which I don't like. Need to take the game on now. Hopefully this gives them a little bit of a encouragement, lack of a better word, to really take this game on now. As it's been a little bit of a cagey opening, cagey first half as well. Just a bit of feeling each other out. And we've unfortunately gone down 1-0. What is your thoughts on that, how we conceded that goal there, everyone who's watching? Did you think that Bayern were deserved of the goal, or we've got an attacking play here now? Looks like Danny Olmo doing some trickery. And it goes out. He shields it, and it goes out for a corner on the right-hand side. Yeah, so just going back to that first goal, what do you think, for everyone who's watching? What do you think of that first goal? I thought that we were unlucky to concede. David Raum's taking this corner kick here. Where's Sesko when you need him for a nice header? We need to control the possession at the moment and get some shots on target. Unfortunately, it goes across, goes wayward, and Simikin cannot get a hold of it. Marco Rosa is pondering on his thoughts. My thoughts is we need some changes. We need to change them now. Change them within the next couple of minutes. Won't be changing anyone up front. I will be changing Xavier Schlager or Haidara in midfield. I reckon put on Baumgartner wouldn't be a bad idea. That being said, though, that looked like a foul there. Seems to be a booking. And that booking is for delete. For a foul on Lewis Apenda. Gets absolutely nothing of the ball. And clear yellow card. Wouldn't mind us see changing a little bit of formation as well. We've seen that we've been playing with a bit of a flat back four, 4-4-2. Would like to see us go with a bit of a diamond. Excuse me. Really need to push hard for these attacking moments. We've got the ball now. Looks like David Rams is passing into the inside. Back to Willie Orban. Back to Simikin. Simikin passes to Schlager. Haidara's in there. Who would you be changing into the second half for those that are watching at the moment? Just saw some comments. Got some comments here. We got one from Ballum. I'm unsure as 5 changes allowed. See if Marco Reza brings on. Would like to see some changes quite shortly. Oh, Sesko's on the ball. Go, shoot. Oh, Manuel Neuer. A great save there. That was almost 1-1. You be careful not to be on the counter attack. That looked like a nice challenge to me. So you play on. Game's starting to open up a little bit. Schlager dribbles the ball and deflection goes out for a corner kick. Here is a replay here. Sesko, beautiful. And then the save from Manuel Neuer was just as good. And yes, Fallen Hero, looks like we have turned him into Neuer Prime, which is unfortunate for us. I don't know why they went out for a goal kick. That was surprisingly though. I actually thought that went out for a corner kick for us. So that's quite different. Bayern starting to get their foothold into this game, which is unfortunate. Starting to control the pace of the game, which is never a good sign. Great pressure there on Bayern's attacking. We now have the ball in central midfield. It's gone a little bit wide to the right-hand side. For Olmo to Benny Henriks, who passes it back down to Simikin, and we go through the middle, who passes it to Orban, passes to Schlager, and back to Willie Orban. Benny Henriks has the ball on the outside on the right. A little bit one-paced at the moment. We need to speed things up, I think. David Raum has the ball on the left-hand side. Haven't seen him or heard much of him lately. I think I was going to be making the change of Xavier Schlager in central midfield, but he seems to be picking up the ball right now. Oh, Xavi had a beautiful opportunity there to pass to Sesko, which he managed to get the pass. But unfortunately for us, Sesko had no conviction on the shot whatsoever. Put your comments down below to interact with the live stream. No matter where you're on, if you're on Facebook, if you're on X, or if you're on YouTube, I'll be able to respond to you in real time. Yeah, so I'll be changing Schlager and Haidara. So that was what I said before. I'd actually be keeping Schlager on now. He's been playing pretty good at the moment. And change Haidara. Welcome back to Bellum. Yes, unfortunately, had to be him. Had to be Harry Kane. Big signing of the start of the season, which is unfortunate. Um, Look, to go 1-0 down, it's not the end of the world. Be very disappointing if we don't get a draw at least out of this game. Um, we have been the better side for a majority of parts of this game. So we do have that's a good challenge actually by Haidara. We need to track back though, close down the space. There's too much space, and that was a very very poor cross there from Leroy Sano. No, Tell I believe that has come on the pitch, and that would be his first involvement. But yeah, look, Harry Kane, good finish. Unfortunately, um, for us, give him that little bit of space, and world class players will, unfortunately, they'll hurt you on the scoreboard. So, what do we have here? Another comment from Bellum. He says, "Should Leipzig panic or be patient in scoring?" No, there's not panic stations at the moment. I would be starting to bring on some changes now, though, just a change of personnel, freshen things up, Bellum. As we're 65 minutes in, almost 66 minutes in, um, and I've stated just before you came back, Bellum, that I'd be changing central midfield. I was going to change Schlager out and keep Haidara, but he's been playing quite well, so I'd be keeping Schlager on the pitch, and I'll be taking off Haidara just to change things up, bring on an attacking player, someone like Christoph Baumgartner. Also highlighted here, Kimmich doesn't play right back. I heard, yes, that unfortunately he's playing right back now. So he's when I originally saw Kimmich when he started playing for Bayern when he left uh, us because he originally played for RB Leipzig. Um, Thought of they got him as like that Philip Lahm mold. He can play either central defensive midfielder or play as a right back. Obviously, Philip Lahm was a way better player than Kimmich. Pender's got the ball, pass it inside. Why don't you pass to Olmo, Pender? That's really frustrating. Really frustrating. And now Bayern have a counter attack. Yellow card or foul on Tell. Yeah, that's just happened now on my stream. I believe, yeah, yellow card. It's definitely a card. Missed the ball. He's about to be given a card here. Xavier Schlager. Very frustrated. Look, I was going to keep him on the pitch, but I don't want to go down to 10 men during this game. So unfortunately for me, that's done and dusted for his afternoon almost. I'd be taking him off in several moments' time whenever Marco Rosa makes these changes. Um, so those who are wondering, my live stream here of the game that I'm watching is 67 minutes and now 30 seconds just ticked over now. And Xavi missed the ball there by looks of things. It's a corner. Kimmich has the ball. Need to be very careful of Harry Kane here. There's a couple of other players like Delete and those tall players. They've actually scored one of the most teams have scored headers, both of these two teams as well, during the season. So both teams are very dangerous in the air. Need to try to get a counter attack here or something. Xavi hold up. Oh, beautiful pass. There we go. Olmo's on the wing. Holds it up a little bit. Passes it inside. Great space. Passes it to the outside. And that was from Haidara. Haidara to Benny Henrichs. Holds up the ball a little bit. Need to produce something here. And unfortunately, Henrichs' pass gets intercepted by the Bayern defense. This getting a little bit frustrating, unfortunately. Just saying we're getting the chances, we're getting in dangerous positions. We're just not able to really get a hold of anything at the moment. Bellum, 69 minutes played. Leipzig have not been bad. They need a goal. I agree. Need a goal just so that we get back into this game, and we also be very disappointing if we end up losing this, especially 1-0. David Raum has the ball on the outside. Just need to hold up the play. We look a bit, not much movement. We need to be moving more. That's a shoot. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful from Benjamin Sesko has done it again. We're back in business. That was a beautiful little, just no power in the shot, just beautiful placement. And that's why Sesko's on the radar for a lot of international teams around. Bellum, there we go. That was a goal. Fallen Hero, let's go. There's a little bit of profanity there. Try not to be too blasphemous. I understand it's passion, and that's okay. Just so I can't highlight those because this is all for all ages, young and old. So we're back to 1-1. I'll be making the changes now. Fallen Hero. Sorry, I swear a little. It's okay. I swear like a sailor when I'm not doing live streams. You should hear me during some of the recordings that I do when I do a couple of takes when I do the podcast on a weekly basis. Sometimes I'll say something and I just won't like what I've done, and I'll let a couple rip. So we've got another comment here from Ballum. Powson is coming on, a old player. Yes, but it's not going to be bad for us. He's got some experience, can hold up the ball as well. I'll be very disappointed though if he takes off Benjamin Sesko. Just got Bayern attacking here, overloading the defense. We just really need to not panic, keep our heads. Let's play on. We cleared the ball. We have a chance to go with a counter attack. Xavi, yeah, he wasn't fouled there. He's waving his arms up and down. Wasn't fouled. He just over dribbled that, which is probably one of the things I could criticize about Xavi. There's not much you can criticize about him, but sometimes he does seem to over dribble the ball and not do a pass. But I'd take that any day of the week with what he provides with just pure brilliance and also being able to open up space as well. And we've got a foul here for Leipzig. Lewis Appenda's down. It doesn't seem to be in too much strife. Everyone's congregating around the official here. Sorry about that, Bellum. I didn't see that comment there. Not a foul on Xavi. Strange. I just answered that before. He just over dribbled the ball a little bit. So this is from Ritz. Thank you, RB from Leverkusen. Well, it's not over yet, so don't thank us too quickly. uh, we'll say, though, that you guys have been fantastic this season, and you guys are well deserved undefeated in 33 games. So, congratulations for taking a record off of Bayern. Well deserved. So we've got some changes now. Uh, Kevin Campbell's coming on for Haidara, which would have been the change that I would have made, just not Haidara coming off. I would have taken off Xavier Schlager only because of his booking. But that's different. Would have liked to have seen Baumgartner on up there, but that's different. So we'll see how this plays out at the moment. Openda's taken off. That's a no, not a foul. Okay. Instead, almost given away a foul by the looks of things. I thought he might have been fouled, but no, he did accidentally collect there. He's actually lucky to not get a yellow there. Danny Olmo. Only because he missed the ball completely and he's just kicked the knee of the opposition player. It's accidental. We know that. So I'm happy that he's not carded. Another comment here from Ballum. Still plenty of time. Can Red Bull get a result away to Bayern? Hopefully. I'd still take the 1-1 result. Worst case scenario, Ballum. That being said, be very disappointed if we didn't win this game. As Bayern are now getting a bit of a foothold into this game. And just need to make sure that they don't get their confidence back. I do believe, though, that from the balance of play, we just need to make sure that when we're pressing here, we've got the see if I can say the word correctly, the good old Gergen pressing. Here when we've made them over commit to the ball and made a bad pass, but that always leaves another player open. So that's where you've got to just be mindful that you will create space when you have 2-1 on the ball. Still plenty of time. Ballum, many Leipzig fans travelled today. I don't know if that's a comment or a statement. I do believe it was about 4,000 or something like that, if I remember correctly, the official numbers. In the comments, let me know if you've been to any of the games in the Bundesliga and if you've been to any stadiums around the world. I've had the chance to go to the Bernabeu once. That was fantastic. Not a fantastic tour or anything like that. Ended up just going overseas with a friend of mine, and they managed to secure some tickets, and we were in Madrid, and it's like, why not? Wasn't anything like fantastic. It wasn't like a derby or anything. We're just playing I think like a second newly promoted team. We have an attack here, and it's gone to nothing. Oh, we have the ball back. No, it looks like handball. Yeah, handball from Kevin Campbell. Just unfortunately touched the hand on the way out. Ballum got a quick statement here. Did you know Kingsley Coman has won Bundesliga every season in Germany? Expect this season, it seems. Well, that's an interesting stat, that, if that's true. Yeah. Well, looks here, they've just showed up the table here, 61 points for Leverkusen as things stand, 51 for Bayern, 47 Stuttgart, and we jump into fourth on 41 points as we just leapfrog Dortmund, who are still yet to play, I believe. So Simikin gets booked here for his troubles, unfortunately. Or no, it looks to be Benny Henriks. No, that's definitely going to be on Simikin with the replay here. Simikin's not happy about it. I'm not happy about it either. I don't believe he's going to be missing any games now, but He's had 6 yellow cards for the season, so um, Simikin probably needs to be our next substitution in the defence. Bring on Lukeba as Simikin's playing centre back today. That would be a good. That cross just went over everyone and goes out for a goal kick, which is fantastic. Yeah, I'd take off Simikin just to centre back position with Lukeba. We don't want to go down to 10 men. Also change someone in midfield or up the front. It's always painful to say that this, but sometimes you might need to change Denny Olmo or Xavi up front there in midfield, only because of the game time that they've played. Fresher legs could be better, but um, you take it and you keep them on the pitch for that extra bit of brilliance, don't you? Just the one of those magic things that only they can do. Because you look at it, who we have to be able to get back onto the pitch to replace it in those positions. You have Baumgartner would be the first one. You've got maybe a reshuffle as well to be able to get them. But yeah, you've got to keep them on. We've got here Powson has no speed. So yeah, no, I don't think he's way past his prime. He's still got what it takes to. Oh, almost a header from Harry Kane. I'm so glad that did not go in. I think Blaswich had it covered though, by the looks of it. But yeah, no, Powson doesn't have any speed. He's past his prime. He's record goal scorer. Not record goal scorer, sorry, appearance holder for the club. Um, he's going to go down as an RB legend in our short history. He's just, it was the wrong decision to replace Olmo with Powson for me. I wouldn't be changing it, be more so Sesko, but he just scored, so I'd keep him on the pitch and I would have left Powson on the bench, but that's me personally. Another comment here from Bellum as well. Interesting how a young Leipzig team are competing away to Bayern here. Yeah, we're pretty good. So, um, if you follow us all season, we're young side, still very good. Not top shelf like as you do with Bayer Leverkusen. They're a young side and they're just fantastic. Zabby's done a lot there, a lot good there. We've got some new comments here from a giant rabbit. Saying Tuchel was a bad Premier League manager. He never did win it. Just clean that up a little bit there. Another one here. Munich have fallen. Still Kane 26 goals. The poor guy must be seething inside. Yeah, he moved over to Bayern to actually get a trophy. Was apparently his reasoning to leave Tottenham, as it was his boyhood club and where he grew up playing. And personally, I think he should have just stayed in Tottenham. I mean, look, he's still great. He's still a good player, one of the world's best. You got to give him that. And to be able to come into the Bundesliga and score 26 goals in a single season, in your first season as well, is an incredible achievement. Now, just quickly though, he's playing for Bayern, so you're going to expect to score 20 odd goals, especially with the caliber of him. So I would have rather him gone to a lesser club and still scored 20 goals. A couple more comments down here in the stream. Going here, they have good experience in Xhaka in helping their squad. Bayern are going to release Eric Dyer. I'm not surprised. I heard the reports about that, Ballum. Leroy Prince, what? I'm not too sure what you're saying. What about? But okay. Then we've got 82 minutes left, 8 minutes of play. Still 1-1. Going back for some more comments here. And we have a couple here. Uh, Ballum, what do you make of the Saudi League stadium of Bayern and where Leipzig are shooting and seating a T because T-Mobile Bayern sponsors unsure. Um, yeah, no, I'm not sure. Actually, I don't know what to make of that. Um, I don't think there's much of that. I didn't notice it, to be honest. Some more changes now. Bayern getting off with Musiala. He's coming off the pitch. Um, got some more comments here. Um, Omo and Xavi are doing well. In midfield, still plenty of time for Leipzig in competing. Speaking of Xavi, we have a corner right now with him and the right hand side. Excuse me. Unfortunately, we butchered that. It was a short pass, and that was to Kevin Campbell, who then did a cross into the box, and it was headed away by the Bayern defense. We now have a throw in on the right hand side. Hopefully, we just hold up the play a little bit and pass through this Bayern defense. Uh, I think if we push hard enough in these last 5 final minutes, we'll be able to score and be 2-1. I predicted a 3-2 win for Leipzig in the last episode of the podcast. We can be found on all podcast apps. So that's RBL Talk. And we are the original RB Leipzig podcast hosted by myself, Justin Crozer. There's a bit of trouble here in the back. No, not much communication. Scrambling for defense. Great block from Simikin. We looked really worried there. Could have been just 2-1 away. We don't a little bit gobsmacked how we could just be so unorganized there. Schlager went for a tackle, went out. We got to be more on the ball here. We can't have Tell be at so much space running into players. That's just not acceptable because you're going to get eaten up by quality if you do that. Got some more comments here while we're waiting for a corner. From Bellum, think this would be a solid away point for Leipzig. Bayern fans will be happy too. As bit earlier, one did say that. Bayern should win Bundesliga, low key. Hopefully, as long as anyone but Bayern win the Bundesliga, that's just me. I don't, not a Bayern hater. I don't hate any club in the Bundesliga. It's just that I'm sick of Bayern just winning the league all the time. And it is disappointing that they always buy other teams' best players, so they're unable to compete as well. There's a great tackle down there on the defense there from Olmo, who's put the ball back out as Kimmich is acting a little sore there for unknown reasons. I don't think Olmo actually touched him. I think he's just trying to stop play, which is very tactically smart, if you ask me. Official rightfully sending him off, but he's now being changed. No, it's good to see Elmas on for Xavi. What do you think, everyone that's watching? Do you want to see more of Elmas? Because for me, I'm very annoyed with Marco Rosa that he doesn't start more games and play more games. Um, I still can't believe that we paid 20 million, over 20 million euro at least, for a bench warmer almost. That's just ridiculous. Um, yes, I know it's we've got a competition for spots, but he's gonna have the only way he's gonna get better and show us his skills is by giving him time on the pitch, and he's just hasn't had that opportunity and doesn't get played much. So I'd really love to see an Elmas goal. That would be fantastic. Uh, Looking at some more comments. Um, Not much new. Still Bellum commenting. Thank you for that. You've been a great contribution to the show and also this live stream. And I'll just take this moment as well to thank everyone that has participated currently in the live stream or is watching the live stream as well. There'll be more of these coming at you as well once I get my work schedule and I can figure out what games I can do live streams of. So, got last 2 more minutes of play. I might stick around for a little bit after the live stream as well for any questions and answers or anything like that people would like to do, just to see how it goes. Currently got a corner for Bayern, headed away by Sesko, and goes back out for, by looks of things, a goal kick. So if we really push hard in these last couple of minutes, that'd be fantastic. Don't want to see a 1-1 draw. I mean, I'll take it. Be disappointing though for the balance of play. I felt that we've been the better side playing today in a majority of it. It's just been a couple of lapses of concentration that have given Bayern a bit of a chance here or there when we haven't looked the best. All right, Powson, show us what you got. And not a very good pass. Right idea, though, trying to cut it back there to Elmas. No new comments at the moment. Just quick question there for anyone that's watching. What have you thought about the live stream so far? Have you enjoyed the live score ticker? Have you enjoyed the conversation flow? Have you enjoyed the gameplay comments? What would you can improve or anything like that? These are going to be coming at you whenever I can, and minimum once a month would be an ideal thing for me, easily. As if I'm watching the game and I'm at home, I think I'm going to probably do a live stream. It's pretty much the way it goes. But unfortunately, I do shift work sometimes, and I can't watch these games all the time. Fallen Hero says W live stream. If you mean win live stream, thank you. I'm not too sure if that's what you mean, or if you were writing or meaning something else. Need to just get our defense better. That's a Kane shot. Oh, it's 2-1. Unfortunate. That's guttering. If we don't score now in the next few minutes, I'm going to be really peed, to put it that way. Just to concede there late at the end, really bad, just switched off, looking to play out the last 4 or 5 minutes. And yeah, Ballon may be offside. We shall see. Hopefully, that would be good. I'm going to keep that comment up there until there looks like possibly offside. I think you might be right there, Bellum. Good pickup by looks of things. But yes, also you did say as well, unlucky, a Leipzig player slip in moment. Fallen Hero also says offside. Hopefully it is offside. It will be interesting to find out. Apparently, no, it's not offside. So the goal stands. It is 2-1. That looked offside to me. What are your thoughts? A couple of people thought offside. I actually thought it was. I didn't think the player there was played. I thought the winger there was offside. Fallen Hero, we got robbed again. Not surprised. I mean, I agree. Part of that got robbed again a little bit by the officials. That did look offside to me. But I also will say and criticise that we gave them the opportunity to do it. We just weren't quick enough in our transition of defence. So you can't help, unfortunately, bad officiating or bad decisions, but you also got to give them the opportunity to give you those bad decisions. We do have an attacking play at the moment. Elmas is doing not too bad for himself. I'd like to see more of that. Um, and that's Bellum. He's off for the night. So it was a nice watch. Thank you for having me, and take care, Justin and everyone. Thank you very much for coming on to the show, Bellum. Always good to have the regular listeners come through and get involved with the live stream. If you have been interacted with the live stream today, please tell someone, tell your friends, even if they're not Leipzig supporters, to come join into the live stream, get involved when we play their team. It'd be great if you have Leipzig fans and supporters and they can't get to the games. Just tell them to join the live streams as well and listen to the show. That would be fantastic. Fallen Hero says we do blow it always. Yeah, not really. I half agree. I wouldn't say we blow it always, but we do tend to get in front or have concentration slips. I wouldn't say we always blow it, but there's times that we should be getting a favourable result and we just let things slip. And Bayern would play out these last 30 seconds or a minute or so before the game's finished. Got one last chance of attack, but unfortunately we get the ball and a challenge takes it outside. Bayern won't be in any hurry for this throw-in, and I expect the whistle to be blown very shortly. It showed that apparently he was onside. It's an interesting way of looking at it. And that is full time. And unfortunately, that is 2-1 loss to Leipzig. Now, I'll be staying a little bit momentarily at the end of this live stream for answering any questions or anything like that. I'm not just going to get up and leave. We can have a quick conversation for about 10 minutes or so, or for as long as people would like to comment. And we have Fiscal here says, you all got robbed. Yeah, I could agree. We got robbed there. Should have at least had a 1-1 draw, personally. That's very disappointing. Best players on the pitch for me was Schlager, Benjamin Sesko, Xavi as always, Danny Olmo. Bit surprising we didn't get much of David Raum and Benny Henriks. They're always in and around the mark, but at the end of the day, it's a bit guttering to lose this one, especially when I felt that we were the best team on the day. Yeah, Flip School says the same thing. Don't think either team was excellent today. A draw would have been much fairer. Yeah, I agree. That's why I said I feel that for the balance of play, how things were, we should have drawn, especially to take a point. Felt we were the better team on the day. It's quite unfortunate that we let Bayern take a 3 points at home. What do you think went wrong? For those of you still on the stream, for a Leipzig's perspective, were we outcoached by Thomas Tuchel? I don't think so. I don't rate Tuchel too great of a coach. He's okay, but he's not that great. But did Marco Rose make any mistakes? Would you have done anything different? Let me know in the comments below. Flip School says, I feel Leipzig was silent in the first half and came alive in the second half. That sounds about right as well. Didn't really do too much in that first 45 minutes. I'm going to close off the live stream of the game as don't need it anymore. Just open up this for live chat for anyone that's still around that wants to talk just with the result of the game. Fallen Hero said substitutions probably, and that probably would have been to the comment of me saying, "What did Marco Rosa do anything wrong?" I felt that Marco Rosa probably should have done the substitutes a little earlier. Also, maybe the substitutes themselves. Um, there's that. We also have another one, not aggressive enough. I also agree with you there. We didn't actually attack the ball and take the game on enough for me. It was a lot. What's the best terminology for this? A bit stop start. It wasn't free flowing, and we just didn't really go right. We're the better team. We could have wounded Bayern, take them on, try to go from there. One from Jerome. I believe Elmas could have had a huge impact if brought on earlier. I agree. They could have done a lot better on the pitch with some of their substitutions and how they played. I think Elmas is being completely misused, to be blatantly honest. I think he started at Napoli. He's great on the ball. He's like a Danny Olmo. He's a good player and he can do some tricks here or there. Olmo's probably not the best person to put him in because I believe Olmo's a better player. But Elmas, he can still win games, score your goals. And if I was him, I'd be pretty gutted to not be getting enough game time. Me as a supporter as well for RB Leipzig, I want to see him play more. Flip school, I don't even blame Sesko for the missed chances. Those are just some insane saves from Neuer. Yeah, I can agree with that. We had a couple of comments earlier saying Neuer in his prime as well. Or we're bringing him back into his prime, I should say. So yeah, there's that. Anyone else want to say anything about the stream or about the balance of game of play or anything like that? We've still got a couple of minutes left, if you like, before I close off this live stream. So, is there anyone else that would like to get involved and say anything just before I close off this stream for this evening? Thought you guys had enough talent in positions from Flipsicle. Another one as well. Elmas is a good player, a hidden gem, but I don't know if he's the player Leipzig really needed. Yeah, I think he was more so brought just for like a squad rotation player, just to have depth positions. I don't think he was ever going to be a first starter in the squad. But if we lose Xavi to PSG, which I believe is going to be happening, and he'll be staying at PSG, I believe that Elmas is a good fit for his position, which is even better to be making that rotational swap more often than not as well. Yeah, it looks like Flipsicle agrees as well. Anyone else want to say anything? Got a few more moments before I close off the stream. Just like to take this moment to turn around and saying thank you for those who have participated in the stream and thank you for those who have watched. You can find the podcast on all major podcast apps and on social media. Thank you, Flip School, for your mentions as well. Good stream. Thanks for covering it. More than welcome. Be covering the games when I can. Thank you as well, Jerome. Good stream. Enjoyed the brief time I was here. That's okay. Glad to have you on board, even if it's only for brief. Hopefully, you enjoyed the game as much as I did. The podcast episode will be coming out also this week, covering this game. So I will leave it there for this evening. It's been a pleasure to have you on board with the podcast live stream. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, I've been Justin Crozer. Bye bye for now.